So you guys know me, my name is James. Well, I think most of you guys know me. I was here representing the Boys and Girls Club. When I joined the Boys and Girls Club, one of the first people I met outside the organization was David. He's been with Kiwanis for quite a while, kind of let him maybe talk about his background. But one of the things that I realized is there's a strong connection with Kiwanis of Gloucester and the Boys and Girls Club of Gloucester that somehow, with a lot of other things, got sidetracked. So one of the first things I wanted to do was join the organization and kind of get back to where Boys and Girls Club was meeting with Kiwanis and trying to help them in a mutual way. I'm going to go through a few things and I'm going to turn it over to David. The main reason we're here is because we're looking for new members and to basically revamp what Gloucester Kiwanis used to be. So brief history, the Gloucester Kiwanis chapter was chartered in October 30th of 2008. They're part of Division 12, which is what David is over as a lieutenant governor. So they've had roughly like 17 years of service to the community. A little bit about Kiwanis International, and I'm still new and getting used to this myself, so I'll let David fill in anything that I might miss, but it's a global organization of volunteers. Over 850,000 members over 80 countries, and they focus on youth leadership and community service. And their tagline, and as David will tell you, it's all about the kids. That's one of their taglines that they do. So it's perfect in what the Boys and Girls Club do for us to kind of form together and then try to get this up and running again in the community. The mission of Kiwanis is to serve the children of the world. And the vision is to be a positive influence in our community so that all children wake up in communities that believe in them, nurture them, and provide the support that they need to thrive. So this kind of stuff also goes very well in hand with the Gloucester Resource Youth Team that I'm a part of, that I know they're going to try to revamp, and we've had meetings about, and also addition to, if anybody knows the Chesapeake Regional Early Education Council, that meets out in Whitestone. That's another organization. So they all kind of like run together a little bit. Some of the things that and I'll turn over to David in just a minute, Kiwanis is involved in, and I'll just name some of these off and let David go into more detail, is Key Club. They've had a lot of interaction with the Boys and Girls Club. I'll hit on the Boys and Girls Club stuff, and from what I've learned and what David has told me, they have in the past had a lot of donations, man-hour-wise and money-wise, into capital improvements into the building where we're at. Which is in desperate need sometimes. Well, and hopefully we're getting a refresh, but of those improvements. So it's people like David and their organization that help, but they paid for and installed the entire Wi-Fi system that's there and countless other things. I know that in the past that they've done pressure wash the building and things like that and have come out. They also, and I'm not sure, we probably don't have it, it's okay. They sponsored the Youth of the Month Award, and they've been doing that for quite a while. I'm not sure how long.
11 years.
11 years. So we pick a Youth of the Month, and Kiwanis provides the awards, and I present it to the kid that has the best behavior, that helps out, that has a great attitude. And it's a great incentive for kids, in addition to some of the other things we do to encourage good behavior in the club. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to David, and then maybe I'll piggyback on different things towards the end. But again, David is the Lieutenant Governor of Division 12, I believe, the current president of Gloucester Kiwanis, kind of returning in this capacity, at least in an interim role. Dave, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
Good morning. My name's David James, obviously, Lieutenant Governor with Kiwanis. I have a Division 12 job to make sure 7 clubs, we just got a new club, which is King William and West Point merged together. So I'm from Middlesex all the way to Williamsburg. Well, the last 5 weeks I have visited all the clubs to see everybody. What I'm here today to do is to tell you about what Kiwanis does for the community, and it's going to be down and dirty and rather quick, all right? I just presented over $2,000 in the last 3 weeks. One was a Teenager of the Year, Gloucester High School, first time Teenager of the Year since 2008. Nobody pushed this. So I got into the schools with the counselors, talked to them. We got a Teenager of the Year. She got $1,000 from my office, okay? And a trophy, and she was entered into the Capital District. Now, the Capital District for Kiwanis runs from West Virginia, Maryland, DC, a number of states, okay? And we have like 20 divisions in the Capital District, okay? So basically, I'm one of the 20. I'm a retired firefighter. I've dealt with kids most of my life, teaching learn not to burn, stop, drop, and roll, things like that you probably heard. I got into Kiwanis after I retired because I wanted to do something with the kids. Been in Kiwanis now 10 years. My wife is Vonnie James. You probably know her, okay? She just retired yesterday. So, like I said, I've got a Teenager of the Year. I just presented a $1,000 scholarship to a Gloucester High School student, Armani Billups. And I'm telling you, I was sitting there yesterday at the award ceremony. We graduated 12 seniors with cords and sashes. To see these kids get these cords, you know, I asked one of them, I said, when do you sleep? And they said, when I can. It was just amazing. And one of the guys said to me, he says, after I'd made the presentation, he says, you do a lot of work with the Key Club. I'm the Key Club advisor, okay, also right now, because we have 5 people in the club. 2 of them have cancer that are basically, everybody's kind of either aged out, and I'm having a lot of trouble with clubs in my division of people aging out. So they're going to need volunteers to work with these kids. We do reading in the library, we do Key Club. Over the last 6 weeks, I have Jamestown, Lafayette, Walsingham, Bruton, Middlesex, Gloucester High School. I have inducted all the new officers for Key Club, okay? So they've got all new officers now in March. That's when we start with that. So these kids are growing by leaps and bounds. I want to say there's 11,000 Key Clubbers in Kiwanis today, all right? There's 4,000 members in Kiwanis, if that tells you anything. So our future is in the Key Clubs and the schools, and that's what I'm trying to do, is get people to help us continue this. I'm at the point, today is my last day. I get a day off, and it's going to be great, but what we're doing is we're looking for help. We do Youth of the Month with, we provide a trophy and a goodie bag each month to these kids to provide leadership, giving back to the community, giving back to their peers, doing things, doing the right things. Armani Billups, her invitation, her application said that she had lost her dad. Well, her mom took over and taught her the right things about life and showed her how you can turn negative into positive. And that's one of the things that I was reading on this application. And it literally almost brought tears to my eyes when I was reading this. And I was like, this is a lady. So she got $1,000 from our club, and every one of the members, James was one of them that voted on this, voted for her because of what she had been through. So we look at these kids really hard. I had 9 Teenagers of the Year applications that we went through, and then as soon as I provided, we don't have the thing, but we provided the check to Addie Bond. Michelle Pike walked up to me and said, David, here's 11 more applications for your scholarship awards right after that. And I was like, wow, okay. So we got through that and we presented it and we did it, and I've got pictures of it. But again, you know, I'm looking to get our club out there. We deal with the Rotary, we deal with Exchange Club. You know, there's a lot of clubs out there that have members and they say, well, I'm a member of this club, all right? I'll be straight up with you. The dues are $159 a year, okay? And you say, why do I need to pay $159 a year to be a volunteer? Well, we deal with kids. You have to have a background check. They have to have insurance. Capital District, like I said, we're an international organization throughout the world in 80 countries. So they ask for $159 and you get a magazine, you get a certificate, and you get some other things that are benefits through Kiwanis International. Sorry, my allergies are kicking. So it's like, I'm going to open the floor to questions if anybody has any. Yes, ma'am.
What is Key Club?
Key Club promotes leadership, giving back to the community in the high schools. Okay, we also have Builders Club and we have Kids Club for elementary school. Okay, and some of those didn't turn out, but if you click on the QR code here on this here, it will bring up my email, and you can email me if you're interested. I have applications over here too. If you want to get involved, just let me know and we can raise your hand, we'll pass out applications. Key Club deals with kids. 4 years ago during COVID, Key Club did not exist in Gloucester High School, okay? We did, last year, Bus Driver Appreciation Day, they did a huge bus on construction paper, went out in the mornings. They made goodie bags for the bus drivers, and every bus driver that came in got a thank you, a goodie bag, and was shown that the kids appreciated what they did. We did Shop with a Cop, okay? During the basketball game where the cops come in and play the kids, we raised over $600 in 3 hours. Okay, yeah, that's what I said. When I'm sitting there counting the money, I was like, wow, these kids went to town. The parents came in, they donated, after they paid for everything, $550 to the police department for kids' toys. This is what Key Club does, okay? We do pictures with Santa Claus during Shop with a Cop. They run the whole thing. They go in, Santa asked me, he says, are these the same kids that were here last year? And I said, yes, sir, they are. He said, thank God. They did a great job last year, and I'm glad they're back. So we mentored the upcoming juniors, freshmen, and sophomores to do this each year, and Shop with a Cop. Steve Perry asked me back every year to bring the kids back and help. So Key Club's involved with that. We did just recently at Abington Elementary, we did an inclusive soccer tournament where we have kids who cannot play in the regular intramurals and stuff like that. So we did a day with them. We brought them out, they did drills, they played, parents helped. The Key Club came out and took a kid, and each one of them worked with the kids during that day. And then we fed them hot dogs, chips, and drinks, and we sent them home. And we gave them a trophy too. They got a little trophy that was donated. And Addie, who was my club president, she's graduating this year. She got a full ride to University of Virginia through one of the nursing top programs. I mean, this girl just cleaned up on stuff. She was just so sharp. 4 years ago, we had nothing, okay? She took this club, I said, and as a leader, you teach a couple of things. You give them their goals, you give them their objectives, and you get out of their way, okay? That's what a leader does. So I told her, I said, we need to build this club and do this. And she took it and she ran with it. There was 5 people the first year, and they were all officers. She got her team together and she developed the Key Club. And for the last 3 years, she has run this Key Club to an unbelievable accomplishment. I mean, it's just, I can't find the words to say what this young lady's done, and she wants to be a flight medic. She put 400 hours into Gloucester Fire and Rescue. She put 200 hours into the hospital, and plus the Key Club, and she's National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society. I mean, she's got a list that's this long, and this is what the Key Club promotes. This is what we try to do in the high school. Mr. Valdu put in an application with us, but unfortunately his time did not allow him to be a part of it. He is the superintendent of schools, and I deal on a daily basis with him a lot of things. The picture that I have presenting Addie her check, he came down for that presentation specifically. So, you know, I try to put in glow clips, the paper, what we do, but what I'm looking for to help me and to help Kiwanis and to help the community is I need volunteers. Head Start, we deal with Head Start also. We used to do a dinner for them right here once a month to make sure that the kids got a good meal, and then they had their meeting. So we've done stuff like that. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
So you're saying you have 5 members in your club?
I'm sorry?
Kiwanis, you're saying you only have 5 members?
Yes, ma'am. That's
And
all.
you're doing all of that?
Yes.
2 that are currently active. So we're also recruiting for officers for these positions as well as volunteers and members.
What
Yeah.
do the volunteers do?
We're interfacing with the community. There's a lot of things too, like he mentioned, but there's also an annual fishing clinic that we do with the kids, and then a lot of other possibilities. We're working with the Exchange Club, if you guys know. That's pretty new to this area as well. So that could be something people coming in are helping us determine what we do. But one of the things we'd obviously like to do when we're here is interface with you guys and get with organizations like Bread for Life and others where we can find opportunities to come volunteer with you guys as well through Kiwanis. Kind of like a dual role. So I could provide you a Kiwanis connection and a Boys and Girls Club connection, which kind of almost go hand in hand. So
if you go on Kiwanis, there's different organizations throughout Williamsburg, Colonial Capital, King and Queen. There's a number of different clubs throughout the areas, and I have 6 of them. Smithfield is a club over across the water, and Wesley Brown does a fishing clinic. He takes a Sunday, and we all go over and we prepare bait, fishing rods, put everything together. On that Tuesday, his group takes everybody out to the Buckrow Pier and gives them bait, fishing rod, tackle, and they walk away with all of that for the day to continue fishing. But it's all donated. You know, our club provides $250 to his club to provide all of this stuff for the kids, and we feed them hot dogs. They come back, Virginia Marine Science folks come out and help us out. So it's a huge, we had over 250 kids last year, okay, just to come out for that day. The Boys and Girls Club are involved in that. They bring the kids out for the day. So we do a lot of things for kids. And I'm looking for folks that can help me. Right now, I've had to stop fundraising because I don't have the people. We used to do hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, and drinks for VIMS, which when they have their open house. But when you have to have 25 people to run this thing, I just don't have the people to do it. And they're bringing in food trucks this year, and they're going to put 1 food truck on one side and 1 food truck on the other side. So, you know, I made $2,500 last year with food trucks there. Okay, I mean, you go to the Shrimp Fest over in Williamsburg, they make $30,000, $40,000. I wish I just had $1,000, you know, to work with. So, you know, we're trying to build this club. We're trying to get people to help us do fundraising. It's a vicious circle. It's you come in, you volunteer, fundraising, give to the kids. Fundraising, give to the kids, okay? And so that's basically what I'm looking at. I'm here today to say help. If you, even your employees, your people in your business, if you go back to them, talk to them. Yes, I know it's $159, but when you sit on the bleachers like I did yesterday morning and see 12 seniors graduate that you just gave them cords and sashes, the guy said to me, he said, man, he said, that must really make you feel good. It does. So anyway, thank you very much for listening to me. Yes, ma'am.
I want to say thank you for all that you do, because this is,
I'm sorry.
thank you for what you do for the kids. This is awesome to
Well-
hear what you're doing. My question is, where do you meet and how often?
Boys and Girls Club. We actually had a slide, unfortunately had a slide presentation. We meet the first Wednesday, the board meets, the first Wednesday of the month at the Boys and Girls Club. And then the third Wednesday of the month is what we call our membership meeting. And we used to meet at a restaurant, but we got so small that it's like James offered up his place, so we meet in the community room there, and it's just 5 of us. So we just do a quick meeting and we're down and dirty. And
I'm getting their Facebook page and website and email and everything like revamped. So I'll make sure that I send all that information out to in the minutes and to all of you, so you guys have that information about our site and how to join and all that good stuff.
James is basically my media guy, along with being the vice president. He has done, I need to say this. I want to thank him for everything that he's done, because he's put a lot of this stuff together and getting us out there. So I want to try to do some interviews with, I was talking with this young lady here, Beth, about doing an interview for Youth of the Month, okay? We've been doing this for 11 years now, successfully, and it's a great program. So I want to get that out there. I want to do some interviews with Neil Steele on the radio. So basically, that's it in a nutshell. And I want to, yes, ma'am.
You said the young lady grew the Key Cup from 5. It was 5 members. How many they have there in that Key Club?
Give you an example. Williamsburg has over 130 members. I'm looking for as many people as I can pack into the Boys and Girls Club, okay? We need people for committees, membership committees, fundraising committees. We do, a lot of that stuff stays here locally. I'm trying to think of, like I said, Shop with a Cop. The kids come out, we partner with Shop with a Cop, and we bring the Key Club in to partner with us, and we get credit for helping out. So I go up there for the day and just be with them, because I have to, as I'm a advisor for them. So you have to have an advisor on scene with the kids. So yeah, I'm looking for as many members as I can pack that club full, all right? So, if you have people that want to give time back, I'm looking for corporate members, whatever people I can get to help me continue this working with the kids. I don't want to lose the Key Club. If we don't get a minimum of 15 members, our club is going to go inactive, and then it means that we lose a lot of stuff.
When you say 15 members, you mean 15 adults?
Adults,
Or-
yes.
Okay, so when you're talking Key Club, that's not the youth members.
No, the Key Club has 31 members right now, okay?
Kids.
In the Key Club, yeah.
Okay.
We had nothing 4 years ago, all right? So they're going to do, in August, they do an open house, and I'll be there for that, and we recruit kids into the Key Club for the year to do all this stuff that I explained. And that's our big function right now, is because I have no adults to do any fundraising, any stuff out. We want to do reading in the libraries to the kids. We're part of the Dolly Parton Foundation. I've been pushing this from all my clubs and international with all over the state. Lady in Charlottesville has set up where kids that are born in the Charlottesville Hospital automatically get enrolled into the Dolly Parton Foundation and get a book.
Yeah.
So that's,
And Savannah has been doing an amazing job with our recording, so we will get a presentation, a really good recording that's shared out on social media for you that, you know, you can also use on your content. We'll email out your contact information too for people to sign up for volunteers. We'll email that through all of the Resource Council and share stuff out on social
you
media.
guys are wonderful.
So are you. And did you have a final question? We can come back to other
Is
questions.
Matthews in your district as well?
Yes, I'm so, you know,
That's okay, I just.
I'm totally wiped, I really am, and it's like Matthews, Gloucester, Williamsburg, Colonial Capital, Toano, King and Queen, West Point are all in the district that I take. And my term ends October as Lieutenant Governor, and then I'm doing 2 roles as president and also trying to build this club and continue as Lieutenant Governor to do what I'm supposed to do. And I told him last year I couldn't do president because of this job. It takes a lot to do what I do. But I'm in the office from 8 o'clock in the morning until sometimes 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon every day, Monday through Friday. I do take Saturdays, some days, and take those off. But I'm dedicated. I try to do what I can.
You are recruiting for the Kiwanis.
Yes.
That's who you're recruiting from, not the Good Cup.
No.
Okay, so you're looking for volunteers.
Kiwanis Club of Gloucester is what I'm looking for
You
here.
have 2 members in the cancer. So you need Kiwanis,
Yes,
adults for the Kiwanis.
right.
The Key Club is already taken care of.
Kiwanis runs the Key Club.
Kiwanis sponsors the Key Club.
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand that, but what are you recruiting this morning?
I'm recruiting for Kiwanis of Gloucester here as adults from 18 to 65, or I'm 68. So, but anyway, you know, age doesn't matter. It's just that a lot of my clubs are aging out, and you probably see that in other clubs too. Rotary, Ruatan, you know, they're having the same problems that we're having. So we're trying to get the key clubs as they come out. We have college also in William and Mary. We have a college key club, College Kiwanis International is what it's called, CKI. And they do a lot of work in the community with Williamsburg. So it's all about kids. One community, one kid at a time. And that's basically our motto.
Thank you, David.
Thank you so much.